Hey there! Tired of spending forever seeding nursery trays by hand? Meet the Quick Click Drop Seeder. It makes seeding trays super fast. Just a click and you're done. You can seed multiple trays in no time, making your nursery work way easier. Plus, it works with paper pot trays, microgreens, and any other tray that you have. Say goodbye to tedious seeding and hello to more time on the farm. Join hundreds of other farmers and try the Quick Click Seeder today. Available at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.
So you saw a farm, inspired to do it, thought you could do it. Where'd you start? The blackberries or the vegetables?
So the first thing we did is we had to find a source for blackberries. We knew we wanted about 2 acres. We saw what Mr. Tommy Niels was growing on his farm, which was roughly 2.25 acres. We knew that's about what we wanted because of the varieties. It fell into, we wanted 400 to 600 of each variety, and we've got 7 varieties. So the first thing was that we had to find a source. A source wound up being in Florida, AgriStarch. They are a tissue culture organization down there. During COVID, everyone wanted blackberries. In 2020, when I ordered them, there was no way I could get berries until 21, just because they were that far behind on growing. So our plan is to plant February of 21, but little did we know, January 1st of 21, we got 13 inches of rain. And our original farm, which was just south of this farm, flooded. We had over a foot of water on the farm for a week straight. That was definitely a godsend, because at that point, we knew that wasn't the right piece of land to do this. So we immediately transitioned to, we now have 4,200 blackberry plants getting ready to get delivered. We got to either find a home for them or pull out. So we started land hunting, and we came across a piece of land we're on now, which is 10.5 acres, which is a piece of 84 acres. We wound up acquiring a little over 73 acres that surrounds us on 2 sides. Since we purchased a 10.5. The core of our growing is on 10.5, but we are expanding this year with more fig trees and things like that outside of the 10.5. But blackberries were the beginning. And in conversations with Tommy at Neil's Berry Farm, he said that 50% of his income during the blackberry season comes from vegetables. Because if you think about it, we charge $3 a pound for vegetables. It doesn't matter what it is. But a zucchini one zucchini weighs more than most people picking blackberries. The average person comes to us and picks 3 to 5 pounds of blackberries, but they pick up 10 to 15 pounds of vegetables. So we, at that point, said we got to grow some vegetables. Growing up with a garden in the backyard and things like that, I knew tomatoes and cucumbers and things like that, had no clue how to grow on a grand scale. But thanks to YouTube, universities, podcasts, went on a limb, bought some equipment, and went to farming.
Yeah, here you are. Did you know, I don't know, is that a Texas thing? Like blackberries, you knew that would work, or did that other farmer, I think he said his name was Tommy, this is good. Like these work. Like what drew you to blackberries?
So in Texas, we have wild blackberries everywhere. They're called dewberries. They just grow on the side of the road, along the train tracks, fence line, you name them, they grow. The locals love them. They talk about them constantly, but they're not consistent because they're dependent on rain. They don't really get any fertilizer. They're thorny. Number one, we have all thornless varieties. They're thorny, so they're hard to pick. It's just, so we knew that blackberries would grow, but didn't really understand the varieties until I met with Tommy. And then from there, we met with University of A&M folks. They helped us understand what varieties, how they ripened. From there, we went to University of Arkansas, who actually bred every variety we have. Dr. John Clark He was the breeder for 99% of the varieties we have. He has since retired, but they're still breeding today. In fact, we go to a field day in their university every year and look at new varieties. But blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, those things work in Texas. Blueberries are probably the hardest because they take a real acidic soil and a well-draining soil. Typically, we have a sandy loam here. It does drain, but it's not the best. And the pH is normally 6.5. So we can make it work, which we have some blueberries growing, but we grow them all in containers. We have not started new pick on that yet. We're just picking them for us now. Strawberries, we haven't journeyed into that yet. We want to. And we have all the equipment and the capability and the land to do it. It's just something we haven't gotten into yet. But there's quite a lot of large strawberry farms in the area.
Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily is part of the Modern Grower Podcast Network. Check out some of our other shows like Carrot Cash Flow, the Growing Microgreens Podcast, and Farm Small, Farm Smart. Learn more about the shows using the link below.